So the African map is upside down, and it might seem like a small issue, but it is not. This is how our ancestors used to view the map. And this is how the white man's education has taught us to view the map. Now, why? So in the last video, I taught you guys about as above, so below, darkness and cold, light, the sun lives, the sun dies. So according to African ancestors, this was the true north, while this was south. Also, according to African ancestors, the year was the same as the day and was the same as the body. Now let's compare the year to the day. When you look at the clock correctly with the true north in the correct position and the true south in the correct position, March 21st, saa 3 asubuhi, saa deko kinyi. June 21st, saa 6 mchana, saa uchielo odiochieng. White people call it 12 noon. September 21st, saa chiko, saa 9. White people will call it 3 p.m. December 21st, saa 12 asubuhi. Gwen in African languages. However, due to politics, racism, and white supremacy, they decided to do this to the map and also to time, so much that north to appear this side and south to appear this side, so that this is the above and this is the below. While according to Africans, this was the above, this is the true above, the true north, and this is the true below. So our psychology has been turned upside down, because when you interfere with the rhythm of the universe, you interfere with the human psyche.
Ground plans of the Louisiana Purchase Explosion, St. Louis, Missouri, 1904. Keyword 1904. Now, first look at that. You see how the south is up north, and the north is down south, and the west is east, and the east is west. So you see how they flipped already? They didn't flip the compass. So now everybody's direction is off whenever they're looking for something particularly, or whenever they're trying to see where something is. So Morocco wasn't even founded until 1952. So what is this? You sure this ain't the ancient Jerusalem and ancient Morocco right over here next to Illinois? California was right over here, Temple Inn. You see Japan, right? You see a bunch of little hold on, you see Great Britain. Yes, this is on this land. You see Sweden, you see Cuba, you see China, you see Belgium, Austria. All of these places were over here. All of these places, Italy, all of these places were over here, right on this land specifically, right? You see we got Tennessee over here, Idaho, fraternity, you see what I'm saying? Look at that. Virginia, Georgia. Come on, man. How is this a map of the land that I'm on right now? Missouri is just this little teeny place next to Louisiana and Wisconsin and Ohio, New York. Why is New York all the way over here? How is New York all the way over here? Ohio, New York, Massachusetts, Minnesota. So clearly we had these places. North Jerusalem, for those who claim they Israelites but don't even know where Israel is. This is Jerusalem, the holy city, buddy. Sorry, you got Iowa, you got Mississippi, and mind you, if you're wondering why it looks so confusing, you should be. They flipped your whole world upside down. So you see south is north, north is south, east is west, west is east. So you have to learn a whole new form of direction.
Yo, somebody's been lying. But we're gonna get to the bottom of it. Alright? They didn't just flip the maps, they flipped everything. They flipped the gods. They flipped your vocabulary. Words are spells and curses. And we've been putting spells and curses on each other since we learned how to talk. I need y'all to follow me to the end of this video. Alright? Concerning the arts. Okay? And the arts are magic. This is dealing with demons. Okay? Before commencing operations, both the master and his disciples must abstain with great and thorough continence during the space of 9 days from sensual pleasures and from vain and foolish conversations. All right? I really want to highlight the vain and foolish conversations. All right? I already told y'all, words are spells and curses, and we spend a lot of time having vain and foolish conversations when we need to be protecting ourselves by any means, all right? From grammar and people that lack proper grammar, because grammar is the art of letters, all right? And it allows you to master spells and incantations, all right? It's never been the game that you thought it was, just playing with words, right? Nice is foolish. Blessed means to be covered in blood for rituals. And shout out to Los, right? Now we know north means hell or below. And we also know now why they flipped the maps, right? Because east, west, south, and north hold a high regard, right? With God. And you have to know the directions. It goes by many names. And each cardinal point of the compass represents one of his names. Now you've been scared of all this power, not knowing this whole time your enemy's been doing magic against you, all right? Wizards and genies. But you're scared of a little black magic, right? It's time to stand up and take our power back. Our ancestors left us something so great to keep us safe and protected, all right? We can no longer be scared of the practices that our ancestors passed down to us because our enemy is practicing magic against us. And if you don't believe me, all right, I bet you people like this can continue to summon you and you'll continue to magically appear. Alakazam, Alakazoo, Alakazion. Damn.
So in 1913, the Federal Reserve Act was passed. 20 years later, 1933, under Roosevelt, the United States was declared bankrupt. And in 1933, the Federal Reserve Private Bank says, okay, USA, what are you going to pledge as collateral on the debt you owe me? What happened by 1936? Does anybody know? We instituted Social Security system, and you and I and our children and our children's children were pledged as collateral on the debt of our government to the Federal Reserve. And that's where we're at today. It took 20 years to make this country bankrupt, and since then, our government has operated under emergency powers of our government. It is not the president that makes the decision in this country. It's the Secretary of Treasury who turns around and is put in there by the Federal Reserve to manage the bankruptcy. We've been in bankruptcy ever since. So to print $700 billion and to give it away, how do they get away with it? The manager of the bankruptcy is told by the Federal Reserve this is the way to go. That's where we're at today.